Hi, it's the best of CheezWits, Jess and Wally and Chris. That's me, and I didn't contribute to any of this shit. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Fuck you.
It's the best kind of CheezWits.
I ended a relationship with a girl for public shitting. Okay?
As you should have.
Well, she's like, I gotta go real bad. I'm like, it's late. I gotta go. And she shit in a pizza box. And
no, she did not.
And then didn't throw away the pizza box, just kind of kicked it a little bit. So some poor fuck is coming along and picking up this fucking box, number one. And number two, I'm like, okay, goodbye. And that was it.
I'm kind of having a little gag reflex over here. That story.
What, you're having a gag reflex over a large shitteroni? I mean,
I'm imagining some indigent person coming by and going, ooh, lifting up the box. It's got some weight, must have pizza in it. Dark, lifting the lid up and just reaching their
you lift it up, and the only thing you hear
is reaching their hand, and they can't see because it's dark and grabbing a handful of turd.
And the only thing you hear is the price is losing one.
Now I'm just crying.
No.
Here's the question, though. Did you take her back home first and have one last romance, or did you just end it right there on the street?
I just walked away.
He goes on to talk about how women reject him because he has healthy emotions. And I didn't tell him I thought that was probably bullshit. There was probably something unhealthy about that. But he says women don't want men to express emotions. And I don't think that's true.
No.
I don't believe that to be true. As a woman, I don't believe that to be true. Now, if you're crying every single day.
I think he was about to ask you if you wanted to get into a threesome.
No.
This sounds like this guy.
I would have been like, no, not if you're going to cry through the whole thing. I know we've been really hard on Walmart, and we already know that they're not going to sponsor us anytime ever. But somebody who I know who lives in Connecticut posted on Facebook this. The fitting room attendant in the Cromwell Walmart just informed me that no one is allowed to try on bras of any kind. You must buy them and return them if they don't fit. And once you have returned them, they will be thrown away.
Why?
I don't know. And I'd never heard of such a thing. And I wanted to see if that was true at my local Walmart.
Oh, did you do a little investigative reporting? Did you hearken back to the day?
I did. I have audio. Would you like to hear my secretly recorded phone call? I called the hostile Walmart because I figured this would give us an added benefit that you would also get to hear the hostility of the employees at this Walmart.
Great. We get to hear Fight Back with David Horowitz now. You ready for this, Wally?
Well, that part didn't really work out for me, but here's the phone call. Here's how it went.
Thank you for calling your NEF Walmart.
Hi, I have a question for you, and you might think I'm crazy, and I'll live with that. But a friend of mine just told me that you're not allowed to try on bras at Walmart anymore. Can you tell me if that's true?
Well, it was for a time being. One of the ladies that works here in the daytime said they told her to don't let the people try the bras on, and then one other manager said it's okay. So I'm a little confused myself.
My friend also told me that the Walmart she shops at said that you could buy a bra and take it home, and if it didn't fit and you brought it back, it would be thrown away. Does that sound right to you?
Well, actually, I don't know if they'd throw it away, but they'd send it back to the manufacturer as a defect.
Oh, I see.
Because it has germs in it.
Oh, I understand. But swimsuits are fine.
I'm sorry?
Swimsuits are fine to try on?
Yeah.
But not bras.
Well, I was told one thing, and then somebody told me just recently that you can still try them on.
Okay. So we're all confused, basically. That means
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye. How delightful was she?
She was very kind and nice and sweet.
I feel like that phone call must have been rerouted to a different Walmart because I've never talked to anybody that nice at the Walmart that I called.
There are two. There's one thing I want to point out at the very beginning of that phone call.
Okay.
Investigative reporter Jess.
Yes.
You put your twang on at the beginning of that call.
Well, she had such a thick twang. Well, first of all, yeah, I did. She had such a thick twang, and I have this habit, and it's not even intentional, that I pick up accents from whoever I'm around or whoever I'm talking to. And so sometimes, because I live in the South, sometimes I put a little twang on.
Yeah,
Also,
my years in Virginia, every now and again, it comes like, how y'all, how your mom on them.
It makes people in the South nicer to you if they think you're not a Yankee.
That is absolutely correct. So how come at some point you didn't say, so under what do you call that space underneath where you get the sweat? You know, the booby sweat?
The boob sweat.
Don't they talk about that on that commercial? There's a term for it. The what's that, Flowy commercial or Fluby or Fluby, Juby or the
Fumi.
Lumi?
The Fumi, the stuff you
Lumi.
put it on your taint and you put it on your under titty too.
Under titty. Is that what they call it in the commercial, Chris?
Yeah, that was the exact word they used.
That was the phrase? Yeah. So
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Swimsuits
this
are
is
not
Lumi.
okay to try on, or swimsuits are okay to try on, but bras are not okay to try on because apparently
a little crotch sweat is fine.
crotch sweat is fine, boob sweat not so much. There's
Boob
germs.
sweat, not
There's
good.
germs in boob sweat, but not in your crotch sweat.
Oh, well, I mean, girls are pure.
I mean, look, this pisses me off to no degree because I have no idea where I'm going to go get my fitting now. No idea.
Just not at Walmart.
Not at Wally World.
Not at Walmart.
No, you can't go there. I'm sorry, but no man boobs allowed.
Yeah, go get your big cancel stamp, Wally. Here it comes.
I wonder if they would let you though if you brought some Lumi with you.
That's the other thing that I try to teach. Now I'm teaching my grandkids. You can only have one favorite. You can only have.
No, that's not
so
true.
if you go to-
Not true.
Yes, you can
Not
only
true.
have one. You cannot have like my wife's right breast is my favorite breast.
Jesus Christ.
You can't have both her breasts are not my favorite. Her
Well, you
right
see, and
breast
for
is my
mine, it would
favorite
be
because it has less hair on the nipple.
Oh, stop it! God damn it! Don't fuck, man. No, God, you're giving me fucking PTSD from this girl I dated in college who had fucking more titty hair than I ever will have.
I
Okay.
dated a girl like that as well.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. And she says, oh, that's not normal? Fuck no, it's not normal. Look at goddamn Playboy or any other girl in the fucking locker room.
Oh yeah, let's point to something that's
Yes,
more photoshopped
Playboy.
than anything.
It's because all of the other girls I was dating looked like Playboy bunnies.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You know what they
Girl with
didn't
a
look
hairy
like?
nipple.
They didn't look like a goddamn gorilla. That's for fucking sure.
You know what?
Okay.
We're not body shaming here. We're not doing that.
You know what? We're not body shaming, but
That's
you know
not
what?
body
You know what my
shaming, just telling
preference
the
is?
truth.
My preference is not flossing when I'm trying to suck a titty. That's a preference. That's not body shaming.
Yeah. Try
Okay.
not to laugh now, Jess. I can see you, baby.
Uh-huh.
Like, who are you dating? Jane
God
Goodall?
almighty. But boy, my dental health was great in college for those couple months. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Christ almighty.
But I think that comes from a time when, it was okay to have nipple. People are
I
okay with their
know.
body.
No. This was 20 years ago-ish.
Yeah, you know what? I forget you were in college. I was in college 30 some years ago. But people didn't groom that way. There was no such thing as, if I ever got into the shower and saw a guy fully groomed, like baby ass naked balls, I wouldn't have. I don't know what I would have thought.
Okay,
that wasn't a thing.
That would be disturbing then, absolutely. Now, it's a little bit different. But let's get back to the titty hair in college, okay? So I get the first time with this girl, who we will not name, but she was a twin, and her sister was built the same fucking way, from what I hear. And
From what
the guy that I was talking to one day, he's like, hey, you finally got with Michelle, huh? Oh shit! I shouldn't have said her name. So you still got with this? And I said, yeah. And he said, huh? Got to the nipple hair, didn't you? I'm like, yeah, sure as fuck did.
Yeah,
sure as fuck did.
So I'm going to defend nipple hair. I have no nipple hair.
Nor do I.
Nor do I.
I have I have none. But I got to tell you, when I was in college, if you hadn't, I didn't give a shit if you had nipple hair. I just didn't. I was glad to be near a nipple. I was like, great, hey, that's a girl. I was nipple, fantastic. As long as I wasn't a cow or goat, I was happy.
No, before college, I got to tell you, I did a lot of masturbating before college. And Wally, they didn't have nipple hair when I was fucking pumping the fucking baloney. Okay.
No, they didn't. We use a magazine.
Not at all.
We use
no, I use my hand.
No, I mean for the nipple. But yeah, I learned how to tether. Now I'm going to learn how to use the take a note.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Gail or Alexa or
Alexa?
Is that her name? Alexa?
Gail? Where the fuck did you get Gail from? Gail. Oh, he's
gonna be
Gertrude,
yelling at his phone like Gail. Hey,
my
Gail.
personal assistant, Florence. Hey, Florence. Why is it not working? Gail. God damn it, Jody! This fucking thing doesn't work. Fuck, Gail. God damn it, Jody! This is what I'm hearing happening. This reminds me of my mother when I'm trying to tell her that she can use her voice with a remote control for the Comcast. And I say, Mom, do this, and it changes the channel. So I walk away. 5 minutes later, it puts the words back on the screen, and it just sits there, and it says, this fucking thing, Christopher, doesn't work. Dark shadows. This thing doesn't fucking work.
She thinks it's the deaf people thing.
Basically, yeah. I think so. I think she thinks the houseboy.
Same thing I'm saying. I can't believe it.
I don't what Christopher, this goddamn thing, and it worked fine until you fucked with it.
His name is
Christopher.
Fine. Why does it keep saying Christopher?
It keeps doing it. Gail. Gail.
She's calling you Christopher.
Oh my God.
Gail is Alexa's middle name, I guess.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and try that later.
Alexa Gail Smith. You don't know her? That's Alexa Gail Smith, of course. That's her.
Alexa Gail Smith of Queens, New York. Take a note for me, please. Please. I want to tell Jody something, but you won't fucking open. Fuck.
I don't even know where Gail came from.
I don't know. Are you watching the Gail King channel? What the fuck are you watching?
Oprah and I are friends.
There you go.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God.
Good God.
I must pass. I'm telling you, I almost passed out. I lost so much air, I couldn't breathe in. I felt like I was scuba diving. I was getting the bends.
Oh, my Lord. I'm
Holy
crying.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so it's Alexa.
Alexa, yes.
What's the other one's name? What's the Apple one's name?
Gail.
Alexa is the Amazon one, right?
Yep.
That would be Siri.
Siri.
And then you can also, I use Google on mine.
What's Google's name?
Google. Gail.
You just say, okay, Google.
It's Giggle. So Google is Google.
Google is what I showed you last week. Google is what I demonstrated last week when I took a note saying Wally wants to know how to...
You said, oh, Google or something like that?
I say, hey. I'm not going to say it because then it's going to...
Say something to you?
Yeah, she just laid there. She just said, oh, Google.
Ask Google who Gail is.
Hey, Google.
Hey, Google, who's Gail?
Who's Gail?
Boy, that worked well.
To Wikipedia, Gail is a global provider of research and digital learning resources.
Wow, that's close.
Okay.
It could be Gail.
Okay. I guess we're calling it Gail from now on.
Gail.
Maybe that's how I got. Hey, remember that review that said something about intelligent talk?
Boy,
that's going to be fucking erased. That's gone. They're going to say, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
One of them's an idiot. That's probably me. So listen, I know that Brad does not know that I am a technical fucking wizard. Because I'm not a technical
We
wizard.
discussed that briefly when you were trying to get into the chat room.
I have learned I've learned how to communicate with Alexa. I learned her name.
Not Gail?
Over the last week.
I feel like I should be like this. I feel like you guys are like this and I'm not. There.
It's because she's
I've learned her name. I know it's not Gail. That's why she never communicated with me. So I do have.
Gail!
I've learned a few things. So I know she's not Gail. I know she's Alexa, and I've gotten to learn her a little. So I've got a couple of questions. I'm going to show you how her and I have bonded.
Okay.
Alexa, who are you?
I am the motherfucking queen bee.
She's the motherfucking queen bee.
Wait a minute.
Yes, she is.
I'm the motherfucking queen bee.
Alexa, who is Gail?
She is a cunt.
My girl knows her shit.
Chris is going to be so sad to have missed this.
Wait. Alexa, who is Siri?
Siri is the apple whore that can suck my big tech dick.
Oh, Jesus.
And I have one last question for my friend Alexa. Alexa, where is Chris?
Poor guy, he has the flu. He's got it coming out of both ends. His bathroom looks like hell and smells like shit.
Oh, Jesus.
Wally,
and there you go. I've bonded with her.
I'm really impressed. And the question that I have for you now is, which of your grandchildren did that for you?
No. And this is the hardest part about doing this, is Alexa won't say swear words. So you have to figure out how to fool her into saying swear words. Have you ever had the fart that burns your ass? Jess, don't even pretend you never had a fart that make you, ooh, that's kind of a warm fart. You never
had a warm one. I've never had one that burns.
Not one that burns. What the hell are you eating?
The hair off you, but
Wally, you never get to criticize my food choices again if you're having farts that burn your asshole.
Look, I have burned farts more than a fucking McChicken sandwich. Okay. But, I think the best part was when this was all beginning. Actually, I guess it was when the second last Wednesday evening, we're under the covers and poor Jenna, I'm just looking at her sweet little head there. And, absolutely no noise. No noise. But Wally, this was a good 12-second fart. It made absolutely no noise. And I just rubbed her on the back of the head and I said, I'm sorry. And she said, what are you talking about? I'm like,
Wait for it.
Yeah.
No,
or the word let come out. She's like, God damn it, you motherfucker. What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking fuck?
I have those farts too. There are 3 sort of basic kind of, maybe there's 4 basic kind of, but there's the fart that you can let go. And I've done this with my wife countless times, what Chris has done. You've let it come out and there's a heat to it, but there's no sound. You're like, oh, that's going to be bad. That is going to be some kind of bad. And I do the same thing. And I start to rub my wife's back and say, I love you, And I start laughing a little bit and she knows it's coming. Because you can't help it, because this is going to be fucking horrible. A horrible fart. Here's the worst fart. The worst fart, Jess, we are 3 boys on here.
I know, and I was just thinking how I really need to get on a podcast with some girls instead.
The worst fart is the fart you let go in a store that follows you. You can't shake it. You got to spank yourself to expel the fart out of your jeans.
I have had those. I was
Last week, the one day I was feeling a little bit better, we were out and I was passing by some people in a restaurant. They're sitting at their table. And this was what I'd refer to as a medically necessary walk fart.
Medically necessary.
And I just stood there and Jenna's like, what? And I said, hang on. And the women at the table behind me, they're eating some Chinese shit. And the one looks at the other and says, what are you eating? It smells so good.
Oh.
And I just looked back and just went, bon appetit. And
the old egg foo young fart. Nice.
Haven't you ever had a fart just follow you around? You're like, fuck, this thing won't leave me. I thought I was leaving it in fucking housewares. I know we're in fucking tomatoes now, and the fart is still here. It's still hanging on me. And you have to spank your ass and get the air out of your fucking jeans.
Please don't smack your farts out of your ass next to the tomatoes. Thank you.
One thing that has started happening to me as I've gotten older, now that I'm in my mid-40s, never happened when I was 28, is the walking farts.
That's what I get. Oh, yeah.
And I'll be walking through a store, and I'll just tell my wife, I'm like, you got to walk ahead of me. And she's like, oh, Jesus. And it's just like, and I can't stop it. Like, short of stopping and clenching in the middle of the aisle, there's nothing that my body can do to prevent that from happening.
No, I'm with you. I have the walking farts, too. And when it happens, I just tell my wife the same thing. You may want to walk in a different aisle or get ahead of me. Mm-hmm. Because this isn't going to be good for anybody.
But it's a middle-aged problem. I wasn't doing that when I was 26. It wasn't happening.
Neither was I.
Well, I wasn't sharding when I was 26 either.
Well, mid 40s, the walk fart started happening, and we're inside a CVS the other day, and the walk fart happened. And listen, I'm going to be comfortable. I'm not going to be wearing jeans. I'm in my sweatpants at this point. And walking down the aisle, and I looked at her and I said, this is going to be bad. She's like, what? And I let out this boom, 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 boom. And
he's Buddy Rich. Boom, boom,
basically.
John Philip Sousa going down the medicine aisle.
Somewhere between Buddy Rich and Lionel Hampton. There was a harshness, yet a subtlety at the same time. And listen, I'm the guy who's going to go, Jesus Christ, Jenna, when I let that out.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
me too. I will throw that on somebody as quick as possible, or I'll do the fake, like, God damn, somebody farted in this aisle. What the smell? And
were you guys never 5? Because he who smelt it dealt it.
Well, we understand that, but you got to have creativity in life. Like, okay, I let one go at the bowling alley a couple weeks ago, and I put my hand right on Jenna's shoulder, and I looked at her in the eyes. Just got these beautiful eyes that I just can't say no to. And I looked at her, and I said, baby doll, somebody has farted. And then I paused about 3 seconds and grabbed her cheek and said, and that person was me.
Like she needed you to tell her that.
Yeah, I don't want to fart real loud out, but I don't mind farting where people are exposed to it. And sometimes I take actual glee in exposing people to a particularly nasty fart. And the nastiest farts for me are fast food farts.
Oh, yeah.
I don't eat much fast food, but when I do, it just hammers me.
Well, and there's differences, Wally, between a McDonald's fart and an Arby's fart.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Brad, how you liking this?
Yes.
Aren't you glad you're spending your time this way?
I'm going to leave you with the fart and the smell of a fart and the sharing of a smelly fart. My grandfather, very wise man. I mean, he died in 1982, so I was 7 years old, but he farted one time. And we were out somewhere, and it smelled horrible. And he looks at me, and he said, son, why mine gold if you can't share it with the townspeople?
My granddaughter, now, girls usually aren't as enamored by farts as boys. My granddaughter is 9, and I have brought her up or have exposed her to the right side of life. She said to me yesterday as I'm watching football and she's using the phone to play some game. I don't know what the fuck it is, Roblox or something. And she said, Papa, I wish I could come over and sit on your lap right now. And I said, Why, Daff? Because I want to fart on you. This girl can rip a fart that'll clear a room, and she's proud of it. And she's a pretty demure girl. She's very girly most of the time, except for farts. She finds farts as funny as I find farts, and I find farts very funny. Very funny. I'm proud of her. I'm proud. I'm glad that. So my point, I guess, a little bit of the point there is, she's going to hold on to some of those parts of life that I think we're losing. That farts are funny. Stop being fucking offended by everything in life.
I don't think we're losing that. I still know plenty of people who think farts are funny.
Yeah, but I think they're older.
3 of them are probably going to listen to this podcast.
Oh, I hope they love farts.
We hope they like farts, because that's what it's about.
I was going to say, this is drawing a pretty hard line in the sand.
Yep.
The fart people and the non-fart people.
So I was using a bathroom today in the in the Hannaford. When do people have time? And why do people still write graffiti on bathroom doors? What the fuck is going on in there?
I'm assuming it's teenagers, is it not? Teenagers and younger?
There's a lot of, in the boys' bathroom, I don't know if the girls' bathroom, but in the boys' bathroom, there's a lot of suck cock going on. A lot of pictures of penises carved into metal doors and things. I don't understand it.
I can't imagine adults are doing that. I'm probably wrong, because people.
Oh, it's probably some employee who's got pissed off and got yelled at, and he said, you got to do the job. You can't come in 30 minutes late. Fuck you, suck cock. They're writing on it. But I noticed, this isn't really true, but it could be true, that I saw it say, for a good time, call, and it was my wife's cell phone number.
Nuh-uh.
In our bathroom at home. I don't know what's going. So I'm thinking I might not be doing the job these days.
Wow.
I got to pick up my game.
As a business owner, I tell you about these. I'm going to use a Morgan Freeman term. Okay. And this is from the movie where he was the principal at the high school. Okay.
Yep.
These miscreants come in.
Miscreants. That's a Morgan Freeman word.
Great word. I use that word.
These miscreants come in, and we've just painted the bathroom, and I guess it's not to their liking, so it has to say "suck twat" on it now. Okay. And we go in and we'll repaint it the next week, and the following week it will say Chlamydia Jones or something like that. So,
do you think we can get any of those people on the podcast?
Chlamydia Jones is actually guest hosting next week.
Okay, good, because we have questions.
We have questions?
We have questions for Chlamydia Jones about why. Why they're.
I have no questions. You may have questions.
Their name, like why they have so much time to be graffitiing bathroom stalls.
I don't understand. I thought that was like a high school thing to do.
Yeah.
Think.
I don't.
Like, and how do so many people have Sharpies on them in the bathroom?
Sharpies or pocket knives or something. They're scratching with I don't know what they're doing. The other thing I've discovered too on while looking at this graffiti, motherfuckers don't know how to spell.
No, they don't.
If you're gonna say, fuck that bitch whore, spell whore correctly. Would you at least, when you're writing, Debbie is a whore, fucking write whore correctly. It's a WHORE.
Look, I got suck twat sitting there, and twat is spelled QLZL. So I understand.
Oh, I didn't realize I spelled it that wrong.
Let's go to spelling for a second. So I was in a spelling bee.
Me too.
In fifth grade.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was really, really good. And I passed the school level. I passed the city level. They send me to the county level.
Ooh.
And I'm like, all right. And the
the spelling bee was taking part in the old Montgomery County Board of Education area where they had the meetings. And my mother was there and my father was there. I'm there and I go to the first word and the word is gruel. And I'm like, gruel? God, I don't know. Could you use it in a sentence? The old woman in the shoe fed the stepchildren gruel. I go, that didn't fucking help. Huh. So I misspelled it. Okay. And I spelled it Grool. I now know it's Gruel. I'll never forget it as long as I live. But Grool. The room is silent, and before the buzzer goes off, you just hear my mother go, shit. Yeah. You ever wonder why I'm fucked in the head? That's chapter 37. Right?
Well,
that's fucking beautiful.
Let me ask you something as an alleged woman, Jess. I lived in a place that had a woman and two daughters, and they told me about something called the period shits. Is that a real thing?
it is a real thing.
Really? Okay. So somehow your rag interferes with your bowel.
It basically affects your whole body. Yeah.
See, I had no idea the period shits. That was new to me.
Well, I think the period, a woman's period. Why am I? A woman's period also fucks with just her basic ability to poop. Lots of times.
I had no idea. Not being a person that menstruates myself, Wally, I wasn't exactly sure how the bowel and and Jess's perfect little pussy that pisses straight down works. I didn't know.
But there's got to be some sort of, you got to figure if as a guy, you got to figure that if you were bled a pint of blood once a month, every month, it's probably going to affect you adversely in some way.
Well,
and then you throw in, someone takes a fucking, an electric mixer and puts it into your genome and starts fucking with all the chemicals in your body. And hey, let's mix all this shit up. It's probably going to fuck with you in some adverse way.
Mm-hmm.
So I have not ever
had a period.
Well, I've never had a period, but I've also never chastised or felt like, oh, what is it, your time of the month? Because it's just a ridiculous fucking premise.
Because you didn't want to be murdered?
Well, no, because I have respect and I didn't want to get murdered.
Yeah.
But no, it's you got to figure that shit out. That
I don't get it. How the fuck do you bleed for 5 straight days and not die? How the fuck does that even happen?
Well,
if that happened to me, let me tell you something. I was pissing blood. I'd be dead.
We're not pissing blood.
Yeah. Chris, just a little biology here.
Yeah,
does come from a different place.
Mm-hmm.
It's falling out blood. They come from different areas of the body.
They come out of different holes.
Yeah. Hold on, Wally. Wally, you shit out of your butt, right, Wally?
I do almost always.
You pee at Pecker, right?
Yeah, I do almost always.
Well, that same general hole is letting everything out from the chick. So I don't.
Well,
I don't.
But no, it's
Chris. Have you ever actually seen a woman's body?
It's a separate hole entirely. It's just like
hold on. It's
like blowing a load, my friend. The load comes from a different hole than the pee.
Jess, let me tell you a little story.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's going to tell you a story about the woman's body.
Tell me a story about the woman's body. Okay, I'm ready.
Let me tell you a little story about a woman's body. Okay, you say I've seen one. Okay, no. Let me tell you something. It's mostly in the fucking dark. That's number one. Okay, and number two, my head gets down there so goddamn quickly. I'm not exactly going, I'm sorry, do you have a piss flap? No, I'm not looking for that. I'm just doing what I got to do.
I'm thinking you do it with eyes closed. You're just feeling around. You're groping about.
This explains so much about why men cannot find the clitoris.
Oh no! Let me tell you. You ask.
I know exactly where it is.
You ask any woman that I've been with whether I can find it or not, and I guarantee you're going to get an absolute positive rating. Number one, and number two, I'm getting down there like Ronnie fucking Millsap. I don't want to see what's going on.
All right, so your brother said, I knew we can't talk about it until Chris comes back.
I wish I could remember what I called you about earlier this week, though.
I don't remember. But we can talk about the thing with my brother. Chris is he can unmute if he needs to say something between pushes.
Yeah, I don't want to hear. I don't want to. Oh, so up.
You don't know what the fuck's happening in this room right now. Okay.
Yeah.
See?
I'm
to be happy the video doesn't work on this fucking phone.
I'm so afraid.
You know, we've talked about Cologuard a couple of times and how UPS knows when you bring that box in. UPS knows that you are delivering them a box of your shit. My brother works for FedEx. And he texted me and he said, UPS gets Cologuard, we get this. And he sends me a picture of this giant metal canister. It's not giant, but very large metal canister. And I said, what the hell is that? He said, that is 5 gallons of bull sperm.
Shut the fuck up.
Apparently farms in Arizona, that's a mail order thing. They just buy their bull sperm to inseminate their cows.
You just order a canister of sperm?
5 gallons. I didn't find out how much that runs you, in case either of you wanted to order yourself a 5-gallon canister of bull sperm.
No, but I might want to sell some. I mean, I'm still spitting a little, I'm sure.
When you're bowling this many games over a period of time, a very small period of time, it's starting to feel like we can understand why you sleep through so many episodes of recording sessions. Yeah,
because you're an athlete.
Because you're an athlete.
Yeah, I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete, and I've also got a 74-inch dick. If you want to believe both of those.
No, listen. No, I mean no. Bowling is tough. I can't even say it.
Chris, Wally and I were talking. If one of us can't make it, we have to give as much notice as possible so that we can get a fill-in. Does that sound
absolutely
fair? Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and I think that if we can't make it, if one of us can't make it, Thursday for me would be like the last possible. Well, we don't at least have a day.
If you're on the way to the ER on Sunday, maybe, and you have an idea that you're not going to make it, give us a heads up early.
Yeah, if you're going to die on the table, I mean, Yeah,
let us know before you die is what we're saying.
Yeah.
I will try and
text. How you said that, Jess said, and if you're getting and you figure out you're not going to make it, let us know. Yeah.
You know what I might do? You know what might be funny? This is serious. This is what I might do. I might put you both in as emergency contacts in my phone so that if something does happen, you're fucking notified.
Oh my God.
I think that should happen.
So fucking funny.
That would be great.
Are you pretty busy with the reading of the books?
No, I have one that I'm doing right now and I feel a little bit ripped off. I probably shouldn't say this because, well, I'm going to say it anyway. The book is called Do Child-Free People Have Better Sex? And I was really thinking it was one type of book when after I did the audition and got the project and I'm under contract, now that I'm reading it, I'm finding out about how you're an irresponsible citizen if you're not vegan and child-free and protecting the planet. So...
Yeah. So that's going to be a tough thing for you.
Yeah.
Not just you, for anybody when you're reading or when you're recording a whole book of things that you absolutely do not agree with or believe in.
Mm. And I try to avoid anything very political, and I didn't realize this was a political book. And
no, you think it was about, you think it'd be about, just
child-free people having better sex.
Yeah, child-free people having better sex because they can go mountain climbing and they can do this and they can do that and they can go to the shore.
Mountain climbing is what I do on a regular
that's it, Wally. When's the last time you got laid, Wally? Because I don't go mountain climbing when I fuck.
Well, I'm not childless.
Oh, well. See, that's the problem. If you were childless, you'd know.
By the way, Dr. Roth.
Yeah.
Explain to me why it said on your hotel TV screen welcome Dr. Christopher Roth?
Years ago.
Years ago, when I was in Zimbabwe.
No, I actually I did technical support from Marriott. Okay, and I was staying in a Marriott, and I changed my name in the system from Mr. Christopher Roth to Dr. Christopher Roth, and it has stuck all these years. And I told radio people about it. You know, people, we'd all bullshit. It was me and Ed Rodriguez and Pat Garrett and several other folks. And we did the thing. We'd go to Ruth's Chris.
Pat Garrett?
Yeah, we'd go to Ruth's Chris once every 3 months or so. And whoever would make the reservation would make it in the name of Dr. whoever, thinking that, you know, we'd be treated better or the table would come in. So
somebody needed a Heimlich.
So, well, here's the thing. Dr. Pat Garrett had the table. You've heard of Pat Garrett, the huge voice guy, WTOP.com.
Pat was my station voice for a while, one of my stations.
So Pat makes it in the name of Dr. His real name's Pat Waters. So it was Dr. Waters. And we got our table. We're sitting there, and some guy, there was some medical emergency, and Pat is 3 or 4 sambucas in at this point. And they're like, I'm sorry, is there a doctor here? And Pat, loud as fuck, don't look at me. I'm a fucking podiatrist. So yes, that's how Dr. Roth is on the screen.
I have some audio that I would like to share. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this. And apparently, let me preface this by saying I did some digging after I heard this. And apparently this one's been going around for at least a decade, and I just had never heard it before. Here we go.
We have an emergency. The Jesuits are about to launch a nuclear bomb that has semen in it that will infect everyone. We need our scientists all over the world to help us stop this bomb. And also, it's going to be like Jesuit bukkake in a nuclear bomb, and it's headed towards Canada, where Judge Terrence Jenkins is right now. Any scientists out there that can help us stop this bomb or come up with some sort of spermicide that will counter all the germs that are going to come out of this bomb.
What I'm wondering is this what the song "It's Raining Men" was about?
I don't know, but this is gonna. What is that? Where did that come from?
Is that a podcast?
It came from TikTok.
Yeah, no. Well, first of all, you can't believe anything on TikTok, and second of all, do you know how hard it's going to be to masturbate to the Watchtower tonight, Wally?
Well, yeah, because I'm wondering why I've been sending my sperm off to this special secret underground location, but I thought it was going to stay in the U.S. I don't want to go into Canada.
Well, that secret underground location is called a septic tank.
This has apparently been a thing that's been going around for at least 10 years.
Listen, now I got to tell you what, I have some sperm. No one's ever asked me to contribute to this sperm bomb.
Have you been, I don't think I want to know the answer to this, but have you been saving it?
Jess, the reason why my hair grows so fabulously gorgeous is I have a cup of that once a month. Yeah, no. Who the fuck saves sperm?
I don't know.
Well, somebody saves sperm. I mean, the sperm banks, but
they were referring to it on the internet as nukkake, the nuclear bukkake.
It's so awesome.
Nukkake.
Chris, what kind of underwear do you wear?
Who says I fucking wear any?
So do you wear boxers or those? So I wear the sort of, they're not spandex, but they're stretchable boxers that have the pouch.
Boxer briefs?
Yeah, boxer briefs, but with the man pouch in them. I think they all have them. Have you seen these?
I have. And you ask, boxers. What are they? What
are they outfitting? Horses?
What? Wally.
The pouch is it's you could park an RV in the pouch.
Why would you, Jess? Would you get on GoDaddy and see if you can reserve wallyiswellhung.com? See if it's there.
Let me get right on that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I have all kinds of room in the pouch. That's a lot. The allotted room they give is far more room than I could ever need. If I had cancerous testicles.
I have extra room in a Ziploc snack bag. Okay, I mean, you don't have to tell me. I'm hung like a fucking infant.
Yeah,
So,
I'm a no show. I'm a grow.
Oh no, people look at this. They wonder whether I'm trans or not. Whether I'm trying to go one way or the other. I mean, it's like, now, is that an innie or is that
who's looking at it besides the one person who should be?
Well, she has asked. She has said, what is the problem?
Why is the wedding on hold?
Oh yeah, the wedding's going to be on hold because she doesn't like the way my schmeckle looks. That's going to be. That's going to be it. Maybe it's the fact that I don't wear boxers or briefs and I wear Depends. Maybe that's the issue. I don't know.
Yeah. So you don't wear boxers or Chris, or you do?
No. I wear boxers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wear boxers too, and I wear the kind that are like that have the air to breathe. They're like meshy a little bit, but that fucking pouch is it's so emasculating. They've made it so gigantic that it's not even a banana hammock. It's like a banana tree hammock. It's huge.
You talk about that, the part of the underwear. Look, I just got out of a bowling alley where there's a big trough in there to piss in. Okay.
Oh.
And you know how bad you feel when you're standing there all alone and you've got your schmeckle between two fingers. Okay. Next guy comes in and he's like pulling it out with one hand, laying it in the other. It's like, what? Why do you have a fucking bratwurst in your pants, for fuck's sake?
He's standing back by the door to take care of business.
Is he single?
You know what? I think he is single. With him and his COVID penis that he has to stand 6 feet back.
Actually, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it probably is. I don't understand this need to make an underwear that tries to make a man's ego feel. Yeah, look at the pouch on these underwear. Come on, can't we just have nothing that supposes that anybody's ego is going to be bruised because they put an average sized pouch in the underwear? I don't even know why they have a pouch to begin with. I don't know. People keeping keys in the pouch.
It's so funny how we talk about this, Wally, how, I'd have room in the pouch. You'd have room in the pouch. Meanwhile, Jess's cock couldn't even go in there. I mean,
I need a second pair of underwear.
My Lord.
The pouch isn't big enough.
You know how I hate to brag.
I know. She's one of those people that keeps it hanging down the side of her leg on the outside of the underwear. Wally, she's one of them.
Wearing my gray sweatpants.
She's got like the six. She's a 6-shooter with the string at the bottom that you tie the gun to the side of your leg. Chris, I spoke with Jess earlier this week and I almost killed her.
Really? Is that so? Now, man,
I did.
See, I just get a text from you and that's it. And you want to kill fucking Jess. That's good. Whatever your name is, Jess.
Of a negligent homicide act.
Criminally negligent homicide.
Absolutely. I called Jess on Tuesday, maybe.
Right.
Just
because I was concerned. It was a very warm day. Very, very hot.
It must be a slow news week because it's Tennessee in July. It's all every time I've talked to Wally this week, which has been a lot, by the way, he's been like, "Is it hot?" Yes, Wally, it's Tennessee in July.
Were you making a call to check on the elderly?
I was. I called Jess and I said to her, "Hey, listen, just concerned. Don't want you to be out jogging in this weather." And she began to choke.
I did.
on her beverage.
Because that's not a warning I would need in the pit of January.
Yeah, I realize that now.
Don't go outside jogging.
Jess said jogging. And I have to agree with her. I haven't jogged in years. I sometimes trot, but I do not jog.
No, it was never my thing. I'm just thinking about, you all jogging. I mean, wasting all this energy on fucking running. I mean, who are you running from? Where are you going? Why are you going to get there so goddamn quick?
Seriously, even if I was being chased with a weapon, I'd probably be like, you got me. I'm not going anywhere.
Somebody's chasing Jess, and she's just going real slow.
I'm just like,
she's. But the guy catches up to her, and Jess turns around and holds up a sign that says "snarky." Not,
I thought if I was at Walmart in an active shooter situation, and the guy came by me, I'd say, "Listen, guy, I'm not running. Go ahead, do your thing. If you got a couple left, you come back and you're not satisfied, I'm still going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about it then. But for now, I'm not going anywhere."
Why is it got to be Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart sells guns, so I mean that's a place. We've talked about it before. Radio people have a hard time staying married.
Yeah, but
no, they absolutely do.
My divorce was not because of radio.
Oh no, your marriage was.
Yeah, exactly.
Your marriage was because of radio. Let's not forget about that.
Absolutely, it was.
Good God. I almost said a terrible joke, but I can't. I can't. You would laugh, Jess, but we'd have to edit it out of the show, so I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah, but you've already said 2 terrible jokes, I think.
Yeah.
So we don't want to have a third.
Now I feel like you have to.
Yeah, I do too.
Jess, that marriage ended in a fury.
A fury.
Wasn't that her last name?
Yep, sure was.
See? There you go. Down in Alabama, that's what always preceded a racist joke was, now I don't mean to offend nobody.
Mm-hmm.
That was always, I don't mean to offend nobody. Or what was the other thing? This woman that was running our radio station down in Fort Payne, Alabama, she would get ready to tell a joke and she'd start it and then she'd be like, God forgive me, I don't want to speak ill of nobody. And then she'd finish the joke.
Yeah, there's a lot of that God shit. You know what? Please don't. When bad shit happens, the folks who say, "I'm going to pray for you," fuck that. Give me some money and rebuild my house. Don't fucking pray for me. Because I know God was a guy. I know Jesus was a carpenter, but I didn't see that motherfucker coming down here to put a nail anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, that to me. Okay, I'm sorry. It means shit to me for that, to hear that. It means nothing to me.
The fact that you just said "I'm sorry" before that is exactly the same as saying
that is correct.
No offense, but
no, I don't mean offense. I'm sorry that way.
I don't mean to speak ill of nobody, but
no,
listen,
I'm not a racist.
But I tell you, all this Jesus Christ shit. I don't mean to speak ill of nobody, but I don't want to talk about that.
What I mean is, I'm sort of not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you think that does something for me. Mm-hmm. It does nothing for me. I'm sorry for you, not for me. I don't give a shit.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
Sorry
I'm sorry you're wrong. I'm just sorry you're wrong.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, no, I have friends who believe that, prayers and shares and all that.
Thoughts
shit.
And yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm seriously. It doesn't rebuild a house. It doesn't do anything.
Mm-mm.
Now, there are kind people.
You better not break the email chain, Wally, or bad things are going to fucking happen.
Fuck, okay. I had one today. I saw one today that was on my thing about, I want to see how many people are going to give me a hug. Give me a hug by sharing. Fuck you.
Yeah. I want to see how many people are going to suck my dick. You want to go to town? Come on.
Right.
Come on.
Share with everybody who you share this with has to suck my dick. Here's my address, and here's where I'll be on Tuesday at 4:00. I'll see you there for the dick sucking.
And while you're there, I'm going to tell you an offensive joke. So while I'm inside of your mouth, I'm going to say, I don't mean to speak ill.
Has anybody seen the new who's the small comedian, the most popular comedian on the face of the planet, Kevin Hart? Have you seen his new?
I thought you were talking about like a little person.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about that Williams.
Webster?
Brad Williams, the midget comedian. No, wait, can you say midget anymore? I'm sorry. Is midget?
I don't know. I didn't want to say Webster. So,
oh my God.
No. Why would you say Webster?
Webster?
Is Webster's dead, isn't he?
Yes.
Emmanuel Lewis is dead.
What about? I thought Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman is dead. I think the only one that's left is Todd Bridges.
Which can we think about that for a second?
Yeah, but he's no shit. All the little fun guys: Hervé Villachez, Mini Me, Webster.
They're all dead.
But what were you going to say about little Kevin Hart?
Yeah, let's talk about little Kevin Hart.
Little Kevin Hart. His new, I think it's Netflix special. It's fucking perfect. He comes on stage with a baseball bat.
Judas Priest.
And he says, "Go ahead. Any motherfucker wants to come up here on stage today? I'm taking you out." The fucking sad part about it, as funny as that is, it's fucking real.
Yeah.
It's true. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's fucking real. What makes people think that you paid for a ticket now you can get the fuck on stage and do something?
Right. Why do people lose their minds around famous people? That doesn't make any sense.
Nobody has ever lost their mind around me. So it's not always true.
Me either.
It's not always true.
No one's ever they've lost their mind on me and told me to shut the fuck up. But
same.
Never in gratitude, never in I gotta meet that guy. No, more like, I'd like to fucking punch that motherfucker. I'd like to stab him. I'd like to fucking shank him right in the chest. Yeah, but
that's just me.
It is funny.
I'd like to shank him in the chest. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. I'm going to kill him. CheezWits.
That's the same thing with the TSA. Chris, you do airports.
The TSA have a little bit more authority, I think, than the guy at the check-in your receipt.
But no more mobility.
No.
The fucking people working at that's the people. If you look at France or any European country, there's fucking young bucks and women walking around with fucking submachine guns and all kinds of shit. The TSA in an American airport, they're useless.
and cranky.
They're like the people who couldn't get a job at Applebee's. So they get a job at the TSA. They're no good at this shit.
I felt that was a field I could excel in if I wanted to.
Oh, I feel I could too. You don't need a lot of mobility. You can be kind of lazy.
You can be a dick.
You get to go to the airport every day. You get to see all these fascinating people walking by, and if they threaten you, guess what? You get to put them in holding. Okay.
You can have a Cinnabon whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. You're sitting there licking your fingers from a Cinnabon, leafing through somebody's delicates. And they're on their way home. And what the hell is this white sticky stuff all over your delicates? Tastes like Cinnabon.
Well, who the fuck would taste it?
Who?
I mean, Judas Priest, if you suspect some TSA guy of laying his spurt in your underwear, and then here's Wally going, "Oh, look how good it tastes!
Listen,
it tastes so good."
We've established how fucking goofy guys are and people are. You got guys who are doing the necrophilia, guys who want girls to shit on them and piss on them and puke on them. People are fucked up. So
people are fucked up.
Up a pair of panties seems pretty fucking lightweight.
I'm sure there's a thing for that if people know whose cream it is. However, if you're just thinking, God, some random guy just fucking pumped his baloney onto my underwear, or hold on, it could be Cinnabon icing. I'm not sure. I'm going to taste just to see, because it's a 50-50 shot at this point, right, Wally? It could be either one. It could be spurt or it could be Cinnabon jizz. One of the two.
And
Wally's like, fuck it, I'm going to try it.
It's white and crusty, and who knows? Who the fuck knows? But listen, this isn't such a weird thing if you think about it. The guys who sit in the same room with their wife watching some guy bang her and he's in a corner jerking off with with some sort of weird face going on.
No, you're right. Now you listen. That's an established thing. Does it go against the norms and mores of society? Sure, it does. But the conversation we're having is about some 320-pound virgin bopping his shit on top of some fucking old lady granny panties, and you want to fucking taste it. That's the conversation that we're having right now.
Okay. Yeah, but listen, you and I both know that there's stuff on the websites where guys want girls to send them their dirty panties so they can lick them.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about you wanting to taste fucking underwear.
I don't want to lick the Cinnabon.
Well, who's going to lick it then? Just a random person?
I have a taster. I'm like a king. I'm like a royalty. I'm like a king. I have a taster.
It's
Taste
fine.
that. See whose jizz it is. Which
another
one court?
Another task for Gail. Okay, can we just say that? Okay, Gail, what is the substance on the underwear? Well, it appears to be Caucasian jizz.
Now, if Gail identified it as Cinnabon icing, then could Wally taste it?
Yes, if Gail could say, this is from Cinnabon.
When did it become I wanted to taste it? I don't want to taste any panties. No underwear for me. I'm sorry.
Not what I fucking heard.
Well, what you heard, twice. You make a couple of mistakes, all of a sudden it's all over town. Everybody knows.
That's all over your underwear, too.
It's going on the internet, I'm just saying.
Have you heard about the girls who sell their farts in a jar? Have you heard this one? This is what we were talking about.
You know what?
Today.
I haven't, but I'm not surprised because men will buy fucking anything.
They will. They fucking will. So we were talking about this because
you notice there is no market for men's dirty underwear.
Oh Lord, no. There's not even a market for men's clean underwear.
No.
That's why they're always wearing dirty underwear.
Could you imagine? Now just put yourself back at the Kroger. Okay. And this old man walking down the aisle looks at Jess and say, now listen, honey, I'd really like you to lay a queef in this ball mason jar for me. Would you mind doing that? I'll pay you $20.
We were standing there chatting, and I was just chatting away, and I'm telling you, I ripped just a fabulous fart. But I kept talking, and she just started laughing like crazy, saying, "How do you do that? How do you continue to talk while a fart's coming out of you?" And it was an elongated fart. It wasn't like a short. It was a kind of that also had like an uptick at the end, right? There was a sort of an uptick on that.
You're
fart.
trying to mask this. That's why you're talking.
No. I would be proud of a fart if it was one you could hear. But then we get to talking about girls who sell farts, and I'm saying to her, I said, okay, you know what? This is what we're going to do. I will fart in the mason jar. We'll use your likeness to sell these farts and make a bunch of money. Where do we do that?
OnlyFans.
What website is that on?
OnlyFans.
What is it on? OnlyFans?
I would think. There's probably dedicated feet websites and dedicated panties web. Like there's sites dedicated to every kink somebody might have.
Listen, if I could sell girls' panties to guys, and use somebody else's picture, I'd fucking wear panties for a couple minutes.
I don't think there's a reason that you're being stopped, Wally.
Exactly.
I think you absolutely could go and do that immediately.
I'll wear some panties and sell them to guys. I mean, well, what's the problem with that? I'll even rub a little Cinnabon on them. just for that. You not only can sniff them, you can taste them too. You might get diabetes from tasting these panties, but go right ahead.
I can't.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
No. Speaking of which, you two old fucking geezers.
Yeah.
Guess what I named my new robot vacuum?
Tell me.
Gail.
Good
fucking God. I swear to God, I'm going to go out and get a new pussy and name it Gail.
Are you telling me that you can name the vacuum and it responds to you?
Well, I don't know if it responds to me yet. I literally just got it a couple of days ago, but you name it in the app. And I think I can tell my phone to tell
Gail
to clean the house.
Oh, you act like this is a big deal. I want the house cleaned. I just yell, Jenna, and it's done. I mean, it's to have a fucking robot.
I don't have Jenna, so.
No, but what's so awesome is Jess could be out like somewhere and pick up her phone and go, hey, Google, tell that fucking Gail to get clean in the house before I get home.
You know, I waited so long to jump on this robot vacuum bandwagon. And now that I have it, I want to know why in 2023 we don't have a robot duster and a robot laundry folder and putter awayer. Like, I want robots to do all the things now.
Well, Jess, you can have that robot thing. All it takes is batteries.
And I've got
a couple of batteries and a dildo, and you can get anybody to do anything.
Wait a minute. Hold on one second. Let me tell you something. If Jess approached me with a dildo, I'm not doing her dusting. Okay? I just want to make that pretty fucking clear.
I was going to say, I have a very important question for you guys. Very, very serious, very important question. And I'll explain the question after I get your answers. Do you
loaded
wash your asses?
Define wash your ass.
Put soap on
I do.
Your hands.
Absolutely.
or a loofah or a washcloth and clean your ass.
Absolutely.
Okay. The reason that I'm asking this is because I overheard a conversation and a guy was talking about this. He said he had heard that there are guys who refuse to wash their own asses in the shower. I don't know.
Who would refuse to wash their asshole?
Because touching your own ass makes you gay or something. I don't know. But he said, but I heard this man say, and I thought, surely no. And he said, and I called up a guy I know and I said, hey man, do you wash your ass? And the guy paused and said, I mean, I'm sure it gets clean.
No.
I have a routine. I have an ass washing routine.
I need to know how delicate your sexuality is if touching your own ass could make you gay.
Well, if you got really thick fingers, maybe. I don't know.
No.
Okay, Chris, do tell.
No, I'm just saying. Look, if I got to stick my Jimmy Dean in my asshole to clean it, I'm going to. I mean, it's not.
Well, here's what I did.
And last time I checked, it didn't turn me into a poofter. So, I mean, why would anybody say that?
A poofter. Well, let's share our asshole cleaning techniques. So here's my technique. I'm putting it out there. My technique is we have one of those shower heads that you can take off.
Mm-hmm, and same thing.
And you can adjust it to the pulsating.
Yeah, you can.
Good. So that massaging thing.
Yeah, you can.
I start with that. Get the get whatever maybe vacationing in my crack leaves, and then I take the bar of soap and soap up my ass.
Did Wally just say he had leaves in his ass?
I could have leaves in my no.
That's what I heard.
The hanger-oners leave the party. It's time to go. You can stay, but you can't stay here, kind of stuff. So I give it the good swish. Then I use the bar of soap, and then I use the swishy thing again, and I make sure that I clean my ass. I sometimes will use the scrubby thing too. Just in case, just to make sure that nothing's sticking together. Okay. Yeah, I don't want a stinky ass.
Well, I have one of the shower attachments too, and I pull it down and I get the water up as hot as I can, and I change the stream from shower to penetration, and
Yep.
I let it go to town for about 10-15 seconds, and
yes.
Absolutely. That's how you do it.
I feel like I need a new shower head.
Oh yeah, you got to have. You got to get either the pulsating or the penetrating liquid one, just Jess, if in the meantime you can't get one of those, you could try like a water pick.
Okay.
There was a guy out on the very busy road here, and in a place called Pickle Park. Pickle Park is a park in town that has been closed because it is a place where, guess what, used to go on? Anybody?
Drugs?
No, a lot of homosexual activity.
Oh no!
The townsfolk were upset about that. There was a lot of blowjobs, I guess, being given in. This was before my time. They were given blowjobs in the bathrooms and stuff like that.
So to be clear, had they been heterosexual blowjobs, everything would be fine.
Absolutely.
Got it. Okay.
So it got the nickname Pickle Park because apparently that's where, the pickle lovers went. To Pickle Park. So there's a guy parked in the Pickle Park area. You can't go up into Pickle Park. You can only go into the Pickle Park is a great, listen, it sounds so cool coming Pickle Park. Pickle Park sounds good coming off my lips. Pickle Park. Come on, Jess.
Go ahead, Chris.
I see it. I opened the door and
I'm thinking of, Peter Piper picked a pickle pepper of pickle, and it sounds like my mother, who doesn't know things. And years ago, the way you said it, my mom's like, well, John, they're leaving the house. Where are they going? I says, I don't know. I don't know where Christopher and his girlfriend was 30 years ago. And my mother says, well, they're probably just going to go do blowjobs or something. Yeah. They're gonna do blowjobs. Sorry, I was coming off the bowling alley.
Well, that would have been fine because they were heterosexual blowjobs.
You don't know that.
Well, you said
you have no idea who I was with.
You said girlfriend. You said girlfriend.
It doesn't matter. Maybe I was getting a blowjob from somebody else and being out with my girlfriend. How about that?
Okay. You know
How's
what?
that for a twist?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Look, $20 is $20 as far as I'm concerned. All right.
Well, see, that sounds like technology at work, and that's not something I know anything about.
What? Really? This is surprising news. Next, you're going to tell me there's hypocrisy
I
in
know
Congress.
that you guys look to me for all your technological highlights.
All the shit we're learning today, Chris.
And queries.
Telling me. No, you're not allowed to call them queries anymore, Wally. Come on. not allowed to do that. That's 10 demerits. Not allowed to do that anymore. Man, you're walking down the road and you got all them queries over there. That's what's happening.
That's too good.
Oh my Lord. You sound like my future father-in-law at the Frederick Fair. Walking down the Midway, hey, look at what's coming at us over here.
I think I've said before, I have a sister who's in a, she just turned 55, and she's in an assisted living facility. Mm-hmm. And so she's paraplegic, paraplegic, waist down. And then she had a stroke, so she only got one arm working. And, and it's easy to laugh at because she's my sister. Right. So when because she laughs about it too. She called me the other day. I fell out of my chair. And you can't, but there's nothing you can do. It's your sister. You go like, oh, Jesus Christ. Paula, what happened? I was leaning to pet a dog and fell out of my chair. And it's just funny stuff. But my dad tells me I'm going to be the executor of her when he dies, and he's leaving her money because she needs to be taken care of in the home. And he jokes with me, like, and I want you to make sure you take care of her. Of course, Dad. Of course I will. But that's that's a fucking big responsibility. And when you're 30, you don't think of that. When you're 60, you're like, holy fuck, I'm gonna be responsible for that bullshit. That's some serious shit. And that's going to be her because she's always whining about shit. I want some white chocolate. Well, you can't have white chocolate. You can't send it. First of all, there's no such thing as white chocolate. It's just sugary white stuff. It doesn't have cocoa and it's not chocolate. I ran out of body wash. I want some puzzle books.
I want to stand up. Yeah, I know. It happened.
Oh my God.
She does.
Look, that was a low hanging pitch you shot right across the fucking plate. Okay.
It was fantastic.
Look at fucking Jess.
I'm gonna pass out. I've expelled too much air.
I think we found our show promo for next week.
I want to stand up.
Look at Jess. Jesus Christ.
How dare you laugh at my sister's inability to stand up, Jess? How dare you? Oh
yeah, God damn you, Jess. God damn it. How could you do that? I have never... 15 years I've known you. I've never seen your face that fucking color. That was pretty good.
Oh, God damn. I need a tissue now. Oh. My eyes are so watery. Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Okay.
Chris, hey, if you're looking for a best of show, I think this might
there it is.
There.
I'm gonna tell you what, I don't mind being a straight guy if we get those kind of laughs.
See?
I am good with that shit right there. Oh God damn. I actually feel like I need to vomit now.
Well, in that case, my goal has been achieved for the day.
I don't eat any of those foods, so I'm just picking the one that I see in there. I don't know. How do you handle a hungry man? What was that one? Manhandlers? What's that meal?
It was hungry man.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Manhandlers.
That's
good. That's good. You know, I really want to go get some manhandlers, and maybe for dessert we can have a banana hammock. How about that?
No. Fuck you. They had a meal called that because I remember the ad. The ad was, how do you handle a hungry man?
It was Hungry Man dinners.
It was Hungry Man.
Yeah, but that was the ad. The meal was called the Manhandler or something. I can't do an internet. Jess, Jess.
I'm Googling.
Put up your Google.
Manhandlers.
Jesus Christ.
That's Swanson's Manhandlers?
About to say, he's confusing it with fucking Mrs. Swanson in the ass with a Salisbury steak.
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
What? Is it real?
Campbell's Manhandlers soup. How do you handle hungry man? Hold on.
Handlers. Oh, it was the soup.
It was soup. It was Campbell's.
Maybe it wasn't a frozen meal. So maybe it wasn't the frozen meal. Maybe it was the soup.
Give me the soups that can handle a man-sized hunger. The Manhandlers.
See? Wow. So, yeah, hello. So that's the world we used to live in, Chris.
Hey, look, Chris Roth, monkey flew out of his asshole while he was being taken over to a sawhorse in a duck pen bowling alley. Ha ha. Yeah, that's my life.
News
All right, time to wrap this shit up.
I'm going to have some beanie weenies now.
Speaking of throwing up, folks, my time has to come to an end.
Well, I wish you all the best in dry farts moving forward.
And on that note,
say goodnight, Gail.
Are we done?
The War Department's calling, so I guess I gotta go.
If you're listening, give us ratings and reviews, please. Bye.
Full circle, everybody. I just wrapped it up. Have a good night. Good night, everybody.
That's all from the CheezWits.